Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Janae with Neve Beauty, and I am here to show you guys this neutral, everyday soft glam look. It is not that easy if you are a beginner, but if you are an intermediate or advanced, you can achieve this look in a short amount of time. It's just a couple variations of round tones with a soft and but yet bold liner and lashes, and a little pop of color on the lip. You don't have to go with pop color on the lip, but I chose to do that today. But if you like what you see, please keep on watching and I will show you how to do this. Oh, by the way, this is not a tutorial. I do give a little bit of tidbits, but this is not a tutorial. It's more so just watch me get ready. Also, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications because you need to know when I'm posting a video, just period. Duh. So please keep on watching. I look forward to seeing you guys on my next tutorial, actual tutorial. Bye. Hello guys, how are you doing on this wonderful day? Thirsty. So, real quick, I wanted to show you how to do an everyday makeup look. Actually, not an everyday makeup look. This can be an everyday makeup look. Excuse me guys, my lips are so chapped. This can be an everyday makeup look, but you definitely have to be an intermediate to advanced person in makeup in order to do this makeup look. If you are a beginner, I probably wouldn't recommend it because of the fact that you want to know how to properly blend makeup. So I would consider this to be probably a soft glam look. We are going for a soft glam look today. Soft glams have like neutral, natural colors in them, but it's not necessarily a beginner-friendly makeup look. I also would like to give the disclaimer that I am sorry, but I am about to use my makeup brushes, and these are the makeup brushes that I use pretty much every day, and I do understand that I need them to be clean, but that's not your business, okay? That's not your business. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the brows, and for the brows, I use a brow pencil. Sometimes I use a brow pomade, but right now I'm using the brow pencil, and you wanna make sure it is freshly sharpened. And this brow pencil is from, I don't know, because I sharpened off the brand, so I don't know what it is. But you want to start off from the beginning of your brow and just kind of shape the way you want your brow shape to be. She said, what if I dive deep? Will you come in after me? Would you share your flaws with me? I told her thinking is I'm wrong. Love will happen when it wants. I know it hurts sometimes, but don't let it go. 'Cause I want you. I want you. I want you. 'Cause I want you. Alright, now that this is pretty much the shape that I want it to be, I am going to go in with my concealer and conceal under my brows. And you want to make sure you definitely kind of like feather this out in the front to make it as soft as possible. You don't want a harsh line. But before I conceal, I am going to go in with my my brow tint. My brow tint is by NYX. Oh, excuse me, my brow tint is by Essence. And the shade is chocolatey brown. And I'm just going to take that tint and fill in my brow. And y'all, I am going to comb my hair as gonna become by the end of this tutorial. And actually, this is not even a tutorial. I'm not gonna go too far in depth in this. It's more so just, I'm gonna give you little tidbits here and there. I will be doing a video to where I go in complete in depth, and that will be something that I will be posting to where you can purchase it, and I will give you step-by-step 101, and you can replay it as many times as you need to know exactly how to do your makeup for yourself every day. So now I'm going in with my concealer. My concealer is by LA Girl. The girls who know. This is LA Girl, and I am in Toffee. I got more, y'all, but I'm trying to use the rest of this little bitty tube as I can. I'm trying to squeeze all of it out of there so I can get onto my new tube. Pull that down some. I got a whole new tube right here. And the reason why I got so much here is because I am trying to spread this across my lid also so I can make it even. Going in with my concealer brush, I'm just gonna take it and use it to shape the bottom of my brows. And I know some people, they do not, don't use the concealer. They use a different shade of concealer at the top of their brows. I don't do that. I use the same shade for the top and the bottom of my eyebrows. To each their own, but I carve the top and the bottom with the same shade. I ain't hating on anybody who do it different, but this is exactly what I do for myself and on my clients. You do your makeup or your client's makeup however you choose to do it. That's your thing. This is my thing. Carving up the top and the bottom. And the reason why I'm taking this concealer and I'm putting it all over my lid is because I just want to make sure I have an even base. We want an even canvas on this lid. Cancel out any color that may be there. We're canceling that out. And even though I'm not gonna go too in depth with this process, I do want to say that you have to make sure that you go in and blend out all of this. So I go in with this big, huge, fluffy brush right here and definitely blend out that front. If you do not blend out the front and the edges of this stuff, you will be able to see it through the makeup. You will be able to see it through the makeup. So you want to definitely diffuse this area and pat in the concealer, and just make sure that you get that all out, and then go on the top. You still are blending that out. You don't want any harsh edges on this part either. Blend it out. And here is where I stop real quick because I need to moisturize. My face gets hella dry, so I'm gonna go in with an oil and moisturize my face really quickly because I need as much moisture to my skin as humanly possible because it gets so dry. If you suffer from dry skin, you probably want to go a little heavy on the moisturizing products that you use on your skin. For my clients that have dry skin, I put an oil on their skin first before I do anything to let that absorb in as much as possible. You want that to absorb into the skin as much as possible. Because if you're the person who do eyes first, by the time you finish their eyes, this will have soaked completely into their skin. People who have dry skin know. It's like you can't get moisturized enough. So now that we've got that together, I am going within with the actual base. And my base of choice for today is the P. Louise base. And it is in the shade Rumor 2. And I'm just gonna dot, and it's a little still peeking out the bottom, so I'm just gonna get all of that off. And you don't really need a lot of this. You don't need a lot of this at all. So I'm just taking that and pretty much keeping the shade on the lid only. I am gonna blend it up, but you wanna keep that on the shade, the lid only. You want that brow area and transition area to pretty much stay neutral. But you will need to diffuse it going up some. So we're gonna just take that base and blend it up towards the crease. But we're not going too deep past the crease. You need to blend it out. And because you didn't use a lot, you don't have to wait a long time for it to get dry and tacky because you didn't use that much. So as you're blending it out, it's drying itself out. And if you need some more, you can apply some more. But it's not necessary that you use a whole boatload of this because trust me, it's on there. Like, the shade is definitely gonna be giving what it's supposed to give. Now I'm just gonna blend in between the two so there's no harsh lines with the same brush that I blend out that concealer with. And boom, we are done. So now I'm going in with a big fluffy brush. You can use any big fluffy brush, but I'm using Morphe. Oh, I should have showed you my P. Louise. Let me show you the P. Louise. Going in with my Morphe brush, my Morphe 504 brush, and I am using a Morphe palette. I'm going to use this shade right here as my transition shade. Now this shade is a light orangey shade. If you're looking at it, you see that it's not too heavy. It's like a light wash of orange. You can't really tell by when I showed you the shade, but it is like a little light wash of orange. So that's that for that. Now I'm going in the same palette and I'm going to this. I'm gonna do a mixture of this brown and this brown. They both have like reddish base to it. I'm gonna use those browns to blend underneath that shade. And I'm going in with another Morphe brush. This is a Morphe 441 brush. It's a fluffy brush as well, but a little bit more dense. And I am blending right there in that crease, making sure I get towards that nose. I love this Morphe brush right here because it's really fluffy. And it really diffuses color very well, but it's dense enough to pack it on, but fluffy enough to where it's not harsh. going in with this MAC Swiss chocolate, I am going to blend that directly into my crease. I'm using this Jaclyn Hill Mason Bear brush. It's a fluffy brush as well. And we're gonna pat that color into the lid. Pat, pat, pat. Notice it's a little bit darker brown, but not too dark, but it's darker than the other two shades that we used. I'm patting it in because I do want, I'm kind of wanting to apply it more densely, but because of the brush is a blending brush, it's not going to be too harsh. You know, I'm trying to control me not making that ugly face when you get ready to do stuff like that. So I'm gonna apply it again, but instead of packing, I'm gonna blend. You see, this is adding more depth to my makeup without being too much. I'm gonna go back in with that previous Morphe 441 brush and blend that out in between those two shades, just like that. And to add a little bit more depth, this is a no-name brush, but I am going to go with an even deeper brown for 1 second. And going back into that Morphe palette, I'm going to go with this brown right here. And this is a Morphe 350 palette. This palette came out and then it got discontinued. Why, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. But Morphe does that a lot. They come out with some stuff, it'll get good, it got some good shades, and then they'll stop selling it. But the only reason why I'm just using that shade is just to add a little bit more depth at the outer V, and that's it. We're going a little bit more depth right here in the outer V. Because remember I said this is a natural look, a more neutral look. You can wear this every day, but you definitely have to be intermediate in your skill set or advanced in your skill set to do this makeup look, because you see how many colors I've already used. You will be using more colors, and most people who are beginners are not that familiar on how to properly pack and blend and making sure these have a smooth transition. So as you play with colors a little bit more, then you want to try stuff like this. And I'm just gonna push this color just a smidge this way. I'm not adding any more to the brush, but I'm trying to give them a little bit more definition towards the front of my lid. Going back in with that previous brush that had a darker shade, but not as dark as this shade, and I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit. I'm blending directly on top of that previous shade, directly. And that out. And then taking that fluffy Morphe brush and going directly on top of that. All right. So now that those are done and you see that it's a little bit more defined, I'm gonna take the residual from that base that's still on that brush that I had. There's nothing new on this brush. I'm not squeezing anything new, just the residual product still on that brush from that base, and I'm going right back over my lid with it. Just the residual. Because in essence, what I need to do is just kind of like reset the base and make that area neutral, so that when I pack this other color on top, it just basically has just that neutral shade right there. So what I'm gonna do now is just take a combination of I'm gonna do a combination of these two shades. This one little shadow keeps popping out and pissing me off, but whatever. I'm gonna do a combination of these two shades on my lid. The reason why I combine those two is because one is fairly neutral and the other one has like a little bit of orange tint to it, but I don't want it to be too orange. So it makes it a little bit more neutral, like it would be my natural skin tone. And we're just gonna pack that on with a flat brush, a flat shadow brush. This is a regular old eyeshadow brush. And we're just packing that in this little area where we put that base. And you wanna go all the way up to, towards the crease. Don't stop it like short of the crease. You wanna blend up towards the crease. Because we're gonna take one of those brushes and blend that out. So don't stop on just the lid itself. Go right up there too, towards the crease. And just pack that on. Make sure you get that in the tear duct area too. Even though I am going to add a shade over there. I'm going to take the same brush that I use, that big fluffy brush, the 441, and blend the edge of that. And if you have to keep going in between the lid color and that Crease shade, do that. But you want to make sure you see a smooth transition between the two. But you want it to be opaque enough to where you can see that there is a tone there on that lid. So blend it out again. And with that same fluffy brush that I used to apply those brown shades, those lighter brown shades, I'm going to blend in between that dark shade right there and that lid color. Just so it's a fairly good transition. You don't want it to be boom, boom. You want it to be a transition between the lid shade and the outer V shade. Because baby, if it look like it's harsh, if you can tell it looks harsh, everybody else can tell it looks harsh. Going back in with the lid shade. Then blending that out with the lid shade. You definitely want to make sure you use a light hand with both. And this is pretty much how I want this to look. Exactly how I want it to look. So now I am going to go in with, my inner tear duct shade, and that's going to be it for the eyeshadow on the lid per se. So I'm going to go in with this white shade right here. And that's going to be my inner tear duct area. Just lighten that up a little bit. You can use a shimmer shade, but I'm choosing to keep this whole eye look matte. Make sure you blend it out. Don't just leave the shade sitting there willy-nilly. Blend that out. Blend it out with the same brush you applied it with. And if you have to, go use one of those blending brushes that you just used to blend that shade out. So now I'm going in with a liner. I'm not gonna go overboard with the liner. Do you wanna do liquid liner today? I'm gonna apply my liquid liner off camera and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna make this quick because this is not an in-depth tutorial. It's just watch me work. So I'm gonna let y'all watch me work while I do the rest of my face. Make me your selection, show you the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me love you, love you, love you. Baby, you should let me love you, love you, love you. simple makeup look for those who are more advanced in makeup or have a more intermediate level and understanding of makeup. This is what we would consider a soft glam with natural neutral colors. It's like soft but still not, and bold but not too much. You can achieve this look with a different couple shades of neutral colors and brown colors, and it's just everything. Your lashes doesn't have to be this dramatic, but I choose dramatic lashes. Dramatic lashes really do spice up the look. You don't have to go with this bold lip either. You can go with a neutral lip. I might change into a more neutral lip a little bit later, but I am about to go somewhere, hence why I'm a little bit more slick now, a little more put together. But if you like what you see and then you like the rest of my content, just keep on watching my channel because I will be posting new content as regularly as possible. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next time. Thank you.
I've been throw up the sex in her. And I can put you in